Maybe I'm gonna regret this, but I would love to know your opinion. Hello, I'm Michelle, and today I'm gonna be sharing my net worth with the internet. I love watching these videos and just recently started to get into personal finance, so I thought I would share my own. So to jump in, just like quickly do it about me, that I'm 28 years old, but I'm about to turn 29 in like a week. I live in Massachusetts. I'm a software development engineer in test, which is like the easiest kind of software engineering. I went to state school. I live in Massachusetts, did I say that? Yeah. So I think that's all you need to know right now. At the end, I can share a little bit more about my goals and stuff, so it's for you to take into consideration. But for now, let's just jump right in. So at the end of 2025, in my checking account, I have $378 roughly. I have like a Venmo transfer coming in. In my SoFi savings account, I have $8,560. In my Roth IRA, which this is the first year I've ever contributed to a Roth IRA, it is embarrassing to admit, but the truth, I have $7,423. And in my 401k, I have $48,588. And then for my one single liability, I have a federal student loan, just one left, and that's at $2,939. So up until now, that's been my main focus, is to pay off my student loans. I had private ones and federal ones, and this is just the last one I have left. So taking my assets at $64,950, subtract my liabilities, $2,939, my net worth is $62,010. Woo! Well, I actually don't know if that's a woo. So if you're like me and you hear this number and you're like, okay, cool, she's 28 and she has $60,000, like, is that good or bad? I went to the experts to compare, and by the experts I mean YouTube personal finance guys. So Ramit, everyone's favorite, he did a net worth video where he said that at the end of your 20s, the median is $12,000 and the high is $75,000. So I'm not yet there, but I could potentially get there by the time I turn 30 next January. And Humphrey, another favorite, he says that at the end of your 20s, on the high end, you should have 65,000, which I'm at, woohoo. But if you were killing it, you would have $250,000, which I'm nowhere near. So I am like a nerd and I love to be like an A+ student. So seeing that number does make me a little bit sad, because I would love to be in the killing it category, but you can't change the past. So I can maybe try to work my way up to maintaining high end in my 30s and getting closer to killing it in my 30s, which killing it by the end of your 30s is $660,000. So that would be a huge jump for me, but I have over 10 years to complete that. And then finally, my actual favorite, the money guys. I love those two little Southern guys. Say that at your 30s, to be a financial mutant, you should have your income invested, which I do not. So if you remember back, my total invested is at $56,000 and I make $115,000. I haven't always made that, of course. I've slowly increased. I started at like 65 and have increased to this. I am nowhere near that, so I'm not a financial mutant, but I'm close, and that is a goal of mine, is to get as close to that as possible before I'm 30, which we only have 1 year to do. So that is where we're at. Maybe I'm gonna regret this, but I would love to know your opinion. So based off of what the personal finance guys are saying, what you personally think, what letter grade would you give me? Of course, like compared to Ramit's statistic, I'm pretty good. I'd probably give myself like an A minus. On Humphrey's scale, I'd probably give myself like just an A. For the Money Guys, I would give myself like a D because I'm so far away from that goal. But I'd love to know what you guys think. So I feel like here on the internet I just started getting into watching these sort of videos, but I feel like it's a lot of people who started investing at like 18, and so their net worth is like crazy high, or it's a lot of people who are digging themselves out of a lot of debt, which are both like two impressive things to do. But I'm just like somewhere in the middle, and I feel like it's hard. There's not too many people on the internet when I'm watching these videos that I'm relating to, because I didn't start investing at 18 and I've never gotten myself into any large debt. So I'd love to know your opinions. And also bear in mind that I live in Massachusetts, which is an expensive state. I also have no desire to ever reach Coast Fire. I mean, I just literally learned what Coast Fire meant. And when I watch the Coast Fire people, they're super inspiring, but I just can't relate to them because I very much am like a live in the now type of person. I love to travel. I love to go to concerts, comedy shows, and I feel like those are sort of the things I'd have to give up if I wanted to reach those goals. I'm also like so far behind the 8 ball on that is not in the realm of possibility for me. So yeah, what letter grade would you give me? That's it. Comment down below and to follow along if you want to see if I can do it. Can I be a financial mutant? And I'm gonna make a few more videos. I just started tracking my spending and I've already learned a lot from that. So I'm gonna make a video on that, and I'm gonna make a video on my 2026 financial goals to help me meet these benchmarks. And I sort of have them in like a levels thing. They're not separate. It's like once I complete goal 1, move on to goal 2, move on to goal 3. So I will include that. So at the end of this video, I'm just gonna randomly include, and this is just for me to look back on. I'm really bad at remembering like January 2025, like that just doesn't mean anything to me. So for me, it's January 2025. We just finished watching Heated Rivalry. We're getting into Press On Nails. You don't have any on right now, but you're obsessed. And we're going to Louisiana next month. So remember back on that. And this is where we were when all that was happening. Mishu. So, ciao.